Today you look absolutely gorgeous. I can say with certainty that today is a dark day for single men, as today's the day that Sarah Jacket was taken off the market. And all those single ladies out there, today's just another day. I kid, of course. I do have a true story about Brian that proves that, despite my jokes, he is in fact a handsome man. We were in New York City years ago for a March break, and a group of us decided to each pool our money together and rent a limousine to drive us around Manhattan, see the sights, while we drank scotch and pretended to be rich. And so we're going through a particularly sketchy part of Harlem. Why we were there, I have no idea, but we were. And Brian's sitting next to the window, he's rolled down, and he has his drink, he looks like a boss. And this kid points to Brian from the sidewalk and yells out to his friends, "Hey guys, look, it's Tom Brady." So Sarah, if nothing else, you can take comfort in the fact that you're marrying a man that was once confused for one of people's sexiest male objects. Now I'd like to talk a bit about the beginning of Brian and Sarah's relationship, because at least from my point of view, it got off to a bit of a rocky start. It was the fall of 2004, and it was our first days at UNBSJ. And I was sitting in a first-year psychology class with a couple of classmates of mine from Harborview, both of which are here, Chaz and Tyler. Howdy, see you by the bar later. You too. So I'm sitting next to Chaz, and in walks this girl. She also wants to sit next to Chaz. And she goes to do so, but then she sees me sitting there, gives me the dirtiest look I have ever been given, sighs, and sits next to me. Now me, being the friendly person that I am, decided to introduce myself. But this girl did not want to talk to me. She gave me a look that consisted of an eye roll and a sigh. And it was a look I would become all too familiar with. Needless to say, I thought she was mean. Months later, in March of 2005, Brian tells me that he's met this great girl named Sarah, and that they're dating and they're happily in love. And I say, that's great, I look forward to meeting her. So the next day, who does Brian walk into the cafeteria with, hand in hand and nose to nose? But the mean girl from that psychology class. Years have gone by, and when we look back at that time, Sarah confirmed that I was not wrong. She genuinely hated me that day. But since our bumpy beginning, Sarah's become much more than just my best friend's girl, but one of my own best friends. And for that, I am truly grateful. Now for years, Brian and I hosted a weekly radio show on local FM called The Mixtape, which I'm sure you all listen to regularly. Yeah. 3 people, all right. I was expecting. But anyway, for 2 hours every Wednesday night, we would get together, play some music, and just hang out, just the 2 of us. My wife refers to these as bro dates. From this time, I saw many of the qualities about Brian that not only make him a great friend, but I'm sure will transfer into him being a great husband. One of the things I learned about him is that he's very patient. This was shown during all those times when the expensive equipment would malfunction, and he would only curse 4 or 5 times, but never on air. So I think that's Joker Horse Radio. I also discovered how willing Brian is to cooperate. Despite his refined musical palette that we all know and love, he let me play Green Day over and over and over again, despite the fact that I know he does not like Green Day. No, he doesn't. And the last thing, that's my time with Brian on the radio show showed just how loyal he is, as he showed up every week knowing that I would probably play a Green Day song. And I could go on for hours about all the things that make Brian a wonderful friend, but suffice it to say that he is as loyal and dependable a friend as anyone could ever ask for. And actually, some of you may know this, but may not. 2 weeks ago, our roles were reversed, and Brian actually stood up and he was the best man at my wedding, which was wonderful because he did everything. Wonderful job. And it's an honor to return the favor and stand up for him today. It has honestly been one of the great joys of my life to watch Brian and Sarah's relationship grow, from those awkward days at UMBSJ to their being long-term boyfriend and girlfriend, and now to becoming husband and wife. So to my friends, Sarah and Brian. I love you guys, and I could not be happier for you. So I invite everybody to raise a glass to the bride and groom.